He gonna tell y'all a few things. You got to open your mind. And some things you might not understand, but if you listen real close, he gonna bring it to the flow for you. Just want to pass sponsor read y'all love so much. Yeah.
Good evening, y'all. My name is Kenneth. I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict.
Yeah.
Today is a great day and a good day to be sober and clean. You know, and I'm only sober by God's grace and His mercy. I came in Christmas Eve 2004. So holidays don't bother me. Every holiday I'm in a meeting. 6:30 in the morning. Thanksgiving, Easter. If today was Easter or today was Christmas and he'd have asked me to come over here, I'd be here right now. Y'all heard me?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I heard when he asked, is anybody first time? Nobody said nothing. And then he asked, did any visitors? And nobody said nothing. So that tells me that most people that's in here right now is somewhat familiar with this book, right?
Right.
Right? Yeah, you know, I don't like talking at y'all. I like talking to you. So when I ask you a question, answer me, all right? You know, that makes me feel at home. You know, I ask you a question, don't stand, sit down there and look at me like I'm stupid. You know, answer me. That's all right with y'all?
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Now, I know y'all familiar with a lot of people that come up and tell y'all this story, right?
Right.
And they tell y'all how much I drink, how high I got, how much dope I shot, smoked, and used, right?
Right.
And spend a whole hour telling you all about how high I got, right?
Right.
And make you feel like wanting to go use right when he finished, right? I'm going to tell y'all just a little something about myself, just to qualify. I'm a real drug addict and a real alcoholic. I done been through the ringer, all right? Bottom line, I done spent 40 years in the wilderness. I'm just briefing it up. I started smoking cigarettes at 4 years old. That's 1956. I started sniffing glue at 6. I started smoking weed, dropping pills, and all that kind of stuff. I done been arrested. I got over 100 juvenile arrests. I done been in juvenile penitentiary twice. I done been, I got over 100 adult misdemeanor arrests and 65 felony arrests. And all of it, basically, the vast majority of it was due to either trying to get it or being under the influence of it. That should qualify me as a real drug addict, right? Yeah. I done burglarized every tall building in New Orleans. Ain't never got busted. And I know I can tell you all that because the statute of limitations will run out. Just in case they got rats in here. But I'm going to tell you something. It's a reason why God allowed us to go so low. Hope y'all hearing what I'm saying. One of the reasons why He allowed us to go so low is because the deeper the root, the taller the tree. No test, no testimony. Y'all heard me? You know, sometimes God will allow you to go through so much emotional trauma that it'll get so hot that you feel that you're burning up. And then He'll take you from that extreme to another extreme to where you think you almost freezing. From one extreme to the other extreme. Y'all ever been in that kind of cycle?
Right.
Well, that's because when you arrive, and you're gonna arrive, that you won't say, yeah, I got here all by myself. It's to see if you're capable of recognizing that you're in the hand of a mighty God. And it's been in his hand ever since time. Y'all heard what I said?
Right.
So there is hope.
Mm-hmm.
There is hope. If I came in Christmas Eve 2000 and wasn't intending to go to a meeting, I went there because they told me they had free food down the street. So it happened they had a meeting and I couldn't get the food until I had stayed in the meeting. And after the meeting, man, or while they was having the meeting and I was listening to them, I got this feeling saying, Kenneth, you're home now. I've been having that feeling ever since. And I went up there to get my desired chip, and a sponsor was handed to me on a silver platter. Before I could get back to my seat, a guy named Tyree grabbed me by my hand and brought me to Patrick and said, this your sponsor. I had never seen Patrick. And that's the best thing that could have happened to me. Patrick took me to the 12-step, and I ain't had a drink since then, a smoke since then, a pill since then, and no inclination to use any. That happened Christmas Eve, 2004. For the people that he was referring to who just might get the Christmas spirit. See, me, I use every day.
All right.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, holiday, no holiday, weekend, night, morning, noon, and night. I use every day. Every day was a holiday as far as I was concerned with you. Ain't no special day. Sometimes I didn't even realize it was Christmas. You know, my birthday done came and gone. I didn't even know it was July 15th. And I'm talking about on the 16th. Oh, yesterday. That was yesterday. You know? But I'm not going to tell y'all that story. We're going to tell another story. All right? We're going to tell a story about the King and the Tyrant. Y'all ever heard that one? Y'all ever heard that one?
No.
I have.
Yeah, you have. First, I'm going to read from the big book. This takes place in a vision for you on page 151.
151.
It says, the less people tolerated us, the more we withdrew from society, from life itself. As we became subjects of King Alcohol, capitalized. King Alcohol, capitalized. When you read this book, pay attention to what's capitalized in the middle of a sentence. As we became subjects of King Alcohol, shivering denizens of his mad realm, the chilling vapor that is loneliness settled down. It thickened, ever becoming blacker. Some of us sought out sordid places, hoping to find understanding, companionship, and approval. Momentarily, we did. Then would come oblivion and the awful awakening to face the hideous four horsemen. Terror, bewilderment, frustration, and despair. Unhappy drinkers and smokers who read this page will understand. Now the word smokers is not in there. I'll put that in there. Y'all heard that? Well, somebody say he misquoting the book. King Alcohol. We talking about kings and tyrants, remember?
Right.
King Alcohol. Most people know what a king is. The king is a ruler. You know, you got a whole bunch of different kinds of kings. Good kings and bad kings. Most kings that have a kingdom The kingdom is itself an autocracy. A monarchy is an autocracy. Whereas we live in a democracy. See, in a democracy, it's about the pursuit of happiness. Freedom of religion. Freedom to associate. Freedom to express oneself. This is a democracy. But under King Alcohol, it was an autocracy. Instead of having the pursuit of happiness and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, we was subjected to frustration, bewilderment, jails, prisons, death, and whatnot. Under his mad realm. Y'all heard what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
This boy, King Alcohol, is no chump. He ain't nothing to take lightly and play with. He calls us to run roughshod over sweet relationships. Y'all heard what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Become living tornadoes, roaring our way through the lives of others. Sweet relationships are broken up. Y'all heard what I said?
Yeah.
Family members is completely displaced out of our lives and whatnot. In the mad realm of King Alcoholism and dope addiction, both. Right. I don't know if we got any smokers in here. Any smokers in here?
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all understand what I'm talking about.
All right.
They say the unhappy readers that been victimized this will understand what this is talking about. But now, why is it that I come up into this vicious cycle? Why is it that I come up here and get sober and then fall victim to what he said he saw somebody fall victim to? After I done worked hard and diligently, and then I got to this other upper elevated position, and then put all my money down on this, then all of a sudden I'm back in an insane asylum.
Oh my God.
Why does that happen?
Tell us about it.
Because drinking and drugging is only a symptom of my real problem.
Oh yeah.
Break it out. Break it down.
See, all I did was come up here and get some relief for a minute. I got my weight back.
All right.
I started reading some scriptures.
All right.
I started attending some services. You know, but my mind has been freed from this allergy. But the problem then went up on another level, and I ain't never addressed the causes and the conditions of why I was drinking and drugging in the first place.
Yes, man.
I never took advantage. It's just like being in prison. You know, I done seen many convicts and prisoners go in prison, playing dominoes, playing spades, playing basketball, on the exercise yard, chasing boys.
Oh my God.
But never studying law. There are few of them who would visit that law library. You heard what I'm saying? Working in fields. Man, I'm telling you. See, when I was told in Louisiana, after entering a prison the next day, Monday, and everybody was going to go to work in the fields with this sergeant on his horse with his rifle, and they're passing out boots and tools and stuff like that, and directed me over there where I can get my boots and tools. I walked up to that sergeant. I said, ain't you got a place to put a nigga that don't work? See, I ain't worked in the streets. You see what I'm saying? I sure as hell ain't come here to work. You see what I'm saying? Woo, Lord. Well, that's not all I said. I told him, if you put one of them tools in my hand, I said, I'm going to hurt somebody and it's not going to be an inmate. They thought I was crazy. They sent me to see a psychiatrist. They gave me permanent light duty in the dorm. And I used that time to go to the law library.
That's right, that's right.
Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I watch him going in, coming back in, muddy and all that kind of stuff. And I'm saying, what kind of criminals is this? You see what I'm saying? That's just me. But anyway, talking about this tornado-ish king. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about kings and tyrants. King Alcohol, when we became subjects of his mad realm, shivering denizens in his mad realm, you have to understand what a denizen is. See, they didn't say shivering citizens. We citizens in a democracy, but they said shivering denizens. You have to look up while I'm in places like this shit, it would behoove me to get me a dictionary and find out what this big book is talking about. See, a denizen is an unnatural inhabitant that's been placed out of his natural environment into an unnatural environment.
Oh boy. Come on. Okay.
Shivering denizens of his mad realm. People tolerated us less and we withdrew from life itself. Talking about alcoholism and drug addiction. This is where it brings us at, to the brink of loneliness and despair. I can identify with it because I came here in 1994 from New Orleans. And I stayed here 10 years without a cell phone. I didn't know nobody in Houston. The only people I made sure I met was the people in 4th Ward, 3rd Ward, and 5th Ward who were selling me stuff. That was it. When I came into the program, I didn't know nobody.
Right, right.
Now I can't go to a meeting without somebody knowing my name. I use the same principle of adaptation that I used in prison. Whenever I went to a prison, I stayed here so long, then they shift me to another place with a whole dormitory full of people I don't know. Then they call me and shift me somewhere else to a whole other place where people don't know me. Y'all ever been in that situation? Yes, pretty soon everybody know my name, right or wrong.
Right, right.
Same way it is in here. But only when I come up here, if I don't do what's required for me to do, I'm going to be caught in a vicious cycle. The book said this behavior is repeated over and over and over. Any of y'all been in that, caught up in that repeated behavior?
Right, right.
See, and unless this person can experience an entire psychic change, there's very little hope for his recovery. An entire psychic change. Well, what is that? I'm glad you asked. What the heck are they talking about? It's talking about, some of us talking about we done had a spiritual awakening. See, the average newcomer, he can't get with that. He looking at us like we think we done gained wings and halos and stuff like that. Y'all heard?
Yeah.
See, we talking about we done had a spiritual awakening. What the book is talking about, really, in the back of the book, it didn't explain it. We talking about a personality change sufficient to overcome alcoholism. Simple as that.
Yeah, right.
But what does personality mean? Personality means the totality of an individual's behavioral and emotional tendencies. How I tend to act in a given situation.
Right.
How I tend to feel in a given situation. That is what has changed. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Circumstances and situations, external events, don't move me towards drugs. Whereas I once drawn towards drugs and alcohol like a fly to a light. Once I'm presented with the thought alcohol, I recoil as if from a hot flame. Y'all heard me?
Right.
It's a different personality.
Right.
See, Patrick taught me well. When Patrick took me through the 12 steps, I was paying more attention to him than he thought I was. I was ready when I came in here. I was ready to do anything to lift that merciless obsession from me. You know what a great obsession is? Y'all read it on page 30, right?
Right.
Obsession is a thought that overrules all other thoughts. See, me, I done studied law. Bill was a lawyer. He wrote like one. When he said this idea became a great obsession, it's like me being busted. And I get a lawyer. A state-appointed lawyer. And when I look up on my paper, it says State versus Kenneth M. And my lawyer is paid by the state. It's whenever the thought comes to me, my weak lawyer, which is my thinking, say, I object. And that obsession, say, objection overruled. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I have no power, no control over go and get it. I done lost the power of choice and drink. I done lost the power. Why would I say, I swear by God, all I'm spending is $20.
20?
When I say that, that's on a good night. When I say that, I really mean it. Y'all ever been in that situation?
Right, right.
Maybe not 20, you might have said 50. Might be 100.
Yeah.
But after that 100 gone, all of that stuff I was talking about before them went out the window. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
That's what you call a great obsession. That's where this tyrant come in at.
Oh boy.
We talk about the king. Now we talking about the king and tyrant, right?
Right.
And some of y'all said y'all wasn't familiar with that, but you are. If you read in the big book in the 12 and 12, see the word king only appears once in the big book. In 164 pages, the word king only appears one time. King Alcohol, when we became shivering denizens of his mad realm. Now we're going to talk about this tyrant. See, because this idea, I know Patton told y'all, don't sit still. This idea evolves and grows into a great obsession. And then it becomes an illusion. Then it becomes a delusion. And then I'm off to the races. And all that happens before I pick up. So if you really read in page 30, they're going to tell you about the progressiveness of this illness. Y'all ever heard about the jaywalker?
Yeah.
The jaywalker got a thrill out of skipping into fast-moving vehicles. Remember?
Right, right.
That's a small thing. And then he got hit by a trolley. Remember?
Right.
That's a bigger thing. Then he got hit by a fire engine. Y'all heard me?
Yeah.
It's talking about the progressiveness of the illness. See, the jaywalker is not a person. The jaywalker is the thought in my mind. Y'all heard what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why the jaywalker don't have a name. He's describing the condition of my thinking. That's why I'm so grateful that the first 100 put together one of the greatest literary masterpieces of the 20th century. The doctor said in his opinion, he said, it gave me a sense of real satisfaction when I was asked to contribute a few words on a subject which is already covered in masterly detail. Y'all thought he was just talking? When he said his big book is written in masterly detail, he meant every word of it. Detail means the small things that make up a magnificent whole. It's the small words that I think I know the meaning of, that I ain't never looked up in a dictionary. Why should I look that up in a dictionary? You dealing with something, you better become familiar with this king called alcohol, because he ain't playing with you. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
All right.
Learn something about this son of a gun, man, while I'm in places like this here. Because he ain't playing at all. He's trying to kill me. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't just trying to get me tipsy. He's out for my total destruction. Let me read something from the 12 and 12 about this tyrant. On page 22. This is what it says. First of all, a tyrant is a cruel and oppressive ruler. That's the meaning of it in the dictionary, right? And the word tyrant is only mentioned one time in the 12 and 12 and not mentioned at all in the big book. Bill was very wise. He talking about the progression of the illness, right?
Right.
So alcohol was a king in the big book. But when Bill got 15 years sober, this alcoholism had worsened 15 years even though he wasn't drinking, and it became a tyrant.
Wow.
Y'all heard what I'm saying? He said, first, we were smitten. Y'all know what that word means, smitten? Smitten, S-M-I-T-T-E-N. Y'all know what that means? I asked y'all to answer me when I asked you a question. All right. First, we were smitten by an insane urge. That's the obsession that condemned us to go on drinking and smoking, which is the great obsession, and then by an allergy of the body that ensured we will ultimately destroy ourselves in the process.
Oh my God.
This king and this tyrant, they ain't playing with us. They ain't no punk. He said it was a statistical fact. It's Bill talking. It was a statistical fact that alcoholics almost never recovered on their own resources. The book said our resources as marshaled by the will failed utterly, didn't it?
Yeah.
We had to have God's help. And he said, few indeed were those who so assailed had ever won through in single-handed combat. And this has been true apparently ever since man had first crushed grapes, or ever since man first crushed the cocoa leaf. Y'all know what the cocoa leaf is? In the poppy plant? Well, it goes for all of that. No person ever single-handedly won through dealing with alcoholism and drug addiction. Few indeed. Every now and then you get a person who says, well, you know, I went to church and I just quit. Well, my father, he just quit. He just went. He ain't had this allergy we got. Y'all heard what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a temperate drinker, you got a hard drinker, you got a moderate drinker, but then you got a real alcoholic.
Yeah.
Y'all heard what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you got that real dolphin.
Right.
They got some people, they can come up into a crack house, put $120. Hell, they got $300 in their pocket. They put $120 on the pipe, take and blast that $120 and walk out talking about I got to go home because I got to go to work tomorrow. Y'all heard? Yeah. He put limitations on himself. Yeah, I remember being in the Desire Project in New Orleans, and the mailman was a crack smoker. But every day he had the mail on time. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd have been took the mail, opening it up, looking for the money and everything. Y'all hear?
A real dolphin.
Listen, yeah.
Real.
See, that maddening king was one thing, but that tyrant wielded a double-edged sword over us.
Yes, sir.
Hit us, that means assaulted us with an insane urge. And the allergy of the body that ensured that we would ultimately destroy ourselves in the process. What kind of king is that? That's ordering his own subjects to death. This is alcoholism. This is not. It's not nothing to play with. I'm one of them people that have been through the ringer. You know, I've been through the ringer. When I was given a sponsor and he took me through the 12 steps, I no longer had to think. He stopped me from doing all that. I questioned him, you know, because I told y'all I studied law, right?
Right.
Now get me right, y'all. I ain't never finished 8th grade.
Right.
But I'm a lawyer in penitentiary.
All right.
I questioned everything. I said, man, even when he got to step 2, Pat got me to step 2, he asked me, he said, do you think you have any kind of power that you believe in, any kind of God that can restore you to sanity? That's what he asked me. Y'all familiar with step 2?
Right.
Yeah, come to believe.
I looked at him. I said, well, first you have to explain to me exactly what you mean by that, because I don't see myself as insane. Oh, he had something for me.
Yeah, we know.
And he never answered me out of his head. He turned to a page in the book and he read whatever the precise definition. We call this plain insanity. How can such an inability to think straight, the lack of proportion, be called anything else?
Right. Right.
I said, well, in that sense, yes.
Crazy as a bat.
Then he went on, you know, he was going on, and he asked me another question in the next step. He asked me, he said, do you understand what this means? I look at it, I said, not really. I learned how to dummy up, y'all hear what I'm saying? Yeah, it was only 12 steps, not 100. So I can dummy up for 12. If it was 100 steps, I wouldn't have made it. Y'all hear me? But I learned how to dummy up. He said, Kenneth, you don't have a lot of thinking to do. You got a lot of thinking to stop doing. That's what he told me. What's the solution? You know, the solution is the principles that we've been given. See, in Alcoholics Anonymous, what they gave us was principles rather than personalities. See, I know a lot of scriptural-based people are in here. I know that. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because I was in the Salvation Army. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
They got a lot of people who talk about the bigger book.
Right.
You heard me? As though this is a lesser book. But see, I've been having the bigger book before I even went to school. I'd read it twice before I even set place in elementary school. So I've had the bigger book all my life. Yet I was a drug addict and alcoholic most of my life with the bigger book.
Wow. All right.
That same bigger book says, whosoever read it, let him also understand.
Right. Right.
It says it's better to not to know than to know and not do.
Whoa.
It says, blessed are those who hear these things, but even more blessed is those who hears and does these things. Right or wrong?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So you know, in the last part of the New Testament, they got a book called the Acts. Y'all ever heard that?
Right. Right.
They didn't say the knowledge. They say the acts of the apostles. Right or wrong?
Right.
This is a program of action,
Right.
not a program of knowing.
Right. Right.
Or an intellectual conceptualized issue. It's like 12 steps. When you see the 12 steps on the wall,
Right.
and you read the 12 steps, and you say to yourself, well, I have another book. You know, I can read that. I can understand that. Not really. Because these are principles. You heard what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It's like reading the 12 steps in my own mind. It's like being given a prescription by a doctor. And with my intelligent self, I take the prescription home and start studying it. Because I'm trying to figure out how the enzymes in this medicine is going to interact with the molecular structure of my system in order to produce the desired result. Well, while I'm doing all that analytical reasoning, I'm still sick. They say, here are the steps we took, right?
Right.
If I'd have simply just took the steps would have performed automatically with no thought or effort on my part what it was supposed to do. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Right.
So I dumb it up, and I just took the steps, and presto, here I stand. Y'all heard me?
Right.
Whereas before you couldn't have paid me to come waste my time trying to carry a message to y'all. Get yours like I got mine. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, that's right.
It's part of the 12th step. Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Didn't come up with nothing new. Sponsorship ain't nothing new. When my sponsor finished with me, I get to the 12th step, he tell me go and help another alcoholic to achieve sobriety, right? Right or wrong?
Right.
Carry the message, right?
Right.
When Christ Jesus finished with the 12 disciples, didn't he tell them, go thou and do likewise with others as I have done with thee?
Oh my
Didn't he do that?
Yeah, he did.
Sponsorship ain't nothing new.
Oh my
This
God.
been taking place since man, way before man crushed grapes.
All right.
Adam taught his kids. See, what the big book gave us is principles and removed the personalities. See, they say few indeed were those who so assailed had ever won through in single-handed combat. Y'all remember Goliath?
Right.
Answer me.
Yeah.
All right, Goliath was a mighty giant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And every person that single-handedly confronted Goliath was murdered.
Right.
Right or wrong?
Right.
Except one. David. Why? Because David had 5 smooth stones. Y'all hear me? Don't the big book say, are your stones properly in place?
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't it say that?
Right.
I'm going to need the cornerstone, the faith stone, the hope stone, right?
Right.
But every other fool who went confronted Goliath got murdered. Right or wrong?
Right.
Few indeed were those who so assailed. If you look at the principles we were given rather than the personalities, then I can apply it.
Right.
Y'all remember Christ Jesus went to this garden called Gethsemane. Remember?
Right.
And he told these 12 to pray, to watch while he go pray. Remember?
Right.
So he went praying, he came back, and all them son of a gun snoozing and sleeping. He woke them up. Didn't I tell you he couldn't watch 1 hour? Watch while I go pray. He told him again, right? He went prayed again. What happened? They went to sleep again. Right or wrong?
Right.
This time the enemy came in while they were sleeping. And the man was crucified. Right or wrong?
Right.
All right. I got 12 principles on guard duty. They're watching. Y'all heard me?
Right.
If my principles go to sleep, that enemy called drug addiction and alcohol will crucify my behind. Y'all hear me? If I don't get the principle, if I can't get the principle of what's going on and all I have is the personality, I'm missing out. Alcoholics Anonymous tell us that anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions. Ever reminding us to do what? So once I place principles before personalities, then I can see the principle for which the personality stands.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, far as you go back in religious history, you're going to always find 2 opposing forces. God and Satan, Cain and Abel, Samson and Delilah, David and Goliath, Jacob and Esau, Joseph and his brothers, Lot and the wicked cities. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Christ and the chief priests. You're going to always, Moses and Pharaoh, you're going to always find 2 opposing forces. One of those forces is always representing self-will. The other force is always representing God's will.
That's right.
So if I extract the principle, dismiss the personality, then I can apply it in my present day life. See, when God caused the scriptures to be written, he was not giving us a history lesson. Say he is the same today as he was yesterday, right or wrong?
Right.
The principles still remain the same. He's telling us what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Y'all hear what I'm saying? So when I get a good feeling out of somebody telling me about what happened to Jonah, and I ain't looking at what happened to me when I go opposite of God's directions and land up in a whale of trouble. I can't picture Jonah being swallowed by no fish, but I can see them people putting me in a whale in this prison. Y'all hear what I'm saying? See, the solution is in the principle. See, the word principles come from the principle. Y'all done read step 3?
Right.
He said he is the principal and we are his agents, right? Is that right?
Right.
Well, that principle is spelled with a P-A-L, right?
Right.
But we've been given 12 principles spelled with a P-L-E.
Whoa.
All principles with the P-L-E come from the principle, which is the first cause, the chief cause, the primary issue, which is God himself. If anything he does or says is rule and law and principle. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Because it's impossible for him to lie. Right or wrong?
Right.
He said, my word never return void. Right or wrong?
Right.
So what he spoke back then is still speaking today.
Right.
Only the book said, whosoever read it, let him also understand.
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen people come in places like this and all of a sudden want to carry the good news?
Right.
Answer me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And then leave right out of here
Right.
and put the good news down,
Right.
then come right back
Yeah.
and want to carry the good news. It's a vicious cycle. Over and over and over and over. What do I look like in God's eyes?
Oh boy.
What do I look like in God's eyes? Let me tell you something. That word Christ is only mentioned one time in the big book. On page 11. You know what Bill said? He said, to Christ, I conceded the certainty of a great man, not too closely followed by those who claim him. His teachings, his moral teachings, most excellent. I took the parts that seemed convenient. The rest I disregard. Y'all heard me? Where did he get that from? Not too closely followed by those who claim him. He got that from Christ's own mouth. How? Why? Oh, ain't nothing I say I can't back up. Yeah, I am. Christ said himself, for many, and that word many means a great amount, shall say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, didn't I do this in your name? Didn't I do that in your name? And he's going to say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity, I never knew. He's disowning those who claim him. The ones who claiming him, he's disowning them, and he's referring to their works. He said, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. Your claim ain't no good without your works. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's where he got it from.
Oh my God.
So once you study this book, and you realize how beautifully written the big book is, then you'll have a greater appreciation for your own book. Alcoholics Anonymous will take a Christian and make him a better Christian. He'll take a Jew and make him a better Jew. He'll take a Muslim and make him a better Muslim. He'll take an atheist and make him a better atheist. He'll take an agnostic and make him a better agnostic. Y'all heard what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Because I know atheists and agnostics in the program. And this is what they say. See, an atheist, the average average atheist is super intelligent. If you listen to an atheist long enough, he'll have you thinking they ain't got no God. That's how smart he is. Y'all heard me?
Yeah, I'm sure will.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're some of the most intelligent people on this planet.
Yeah, that's right.
And they got one of them, they got a lot of them in the room. And guess what they say? The group is my higher power. Right?
That's right.
But the group use God as a higher power. So indirectly, who the hell is he worshiping?
All right.
You ready? It's time?
Go ahead. You got a few more minutes.
All right, look.
Go ahead.
The solution is wrapped up in the principles.
Right.
You know, I have to tell y'all, and I can't say this enough. They got people in here that can say the third step prayer. God, I offer myself to thee. Y'all remember that?
Right.
Relieve me of the bondage of self, right? Wasn't the Israelites praying for a deliverer to free them from bondage?
Yes.
Answer me, y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need somebody to deliver me from the bondage of this alcoholism and drug addiction, and they call that person a sponsor. I'm going to need somebody that's been to the mountain and come back to show me how to get there. Y'all heard me?
Right.
Even God himself. If you read or look at the story of Carlton Heston, Moses was on the mountain talking to God. You know, God said, like, when they look, yeah, Moses, I know you love me. And I love you too, Moses. But bring your behind down from here, because the only way somebody going to know you done been to this mountain is if you show somebody how to get to this mountain. Y'all heard me?
Right.
You want to know when you done had a spiritual awakening? Do you really want to know when you done had a spiritual awakening?
Yeah, I need to know.
It's when you help somebody else get one. And that should be enough for tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.